Hey, this is Crow Inquisitors, episode 70 something. I don't remember anymore. Let me check.
74.
We stopped
It's
counting.
it's somewhere around there. Well, part of the issue is that my other campaign I do on the stream, the D&D
It's
game we're
close.
doing,
Yeah.
is in the 70s as well, and so I always get them mixed up.
I thought this was a
75.
medieval game. I didn't know we were in the 70s. Been doing this all wrong. I had to go watch that show again.
This is episode 75 of Crow Inquisitors, and we're going to quickly get started here before we go back on tangents.
So Dellon and Alfons are hotboxing in our car. Sorry, go ahead.
When we last left our heroes, they had just managed to break out of a kind of mind realm, nightmares and daydreams style episode, and had then I mean, pretty much the next thing is like getting to Faustus in the Colosseum where he's holed up and taking him down. Theo had managed to gray shade Dellon's weapon. Dellon's sword is now a gray shaded sword.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's going to do great. As long as he hits with it, he does gray shaded damage.
Yep. Yeah. Which, to be fair, every time I've ever hit, I also instantly kill the people. But
no matter
except
what,
for against the god. So
yeah.
But now I can maybe actually fight them too.
Mm-hmm. Theo does have a +3 ob to all faith tests though until the end of the darkest hour.
Right.
So
Guys, I'm just gonna sit back and let this all happen, and then tomorrow, then things will be great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all you gotta do is wait till tomorrow, then you can just fix anything that went bad today. So.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this is the time to farm faith tests.
Yeah, true.
Right? Like do some low ob stuff that's like pretty low stakes.
Yeah, because it takes into account. I mean, well, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just against the ob, and your ob is increased, so it takes that into account.
You can do easy stuff like give
people
dice, open end their skills, and then still get tests anyway, right?
Yeah, I still have to succeed, but
yeah,
right.
Well, like, hey, your faith is still gray shaded, which makes it easier to succeed anyway. So.
And open ended, I think, right?
Yeah, I suppose open ending would be like, yeah, I guess that wouldn't be too bad.
Cantarius realized last session that instead of killing all the demons, he's actually been destroying. Basically destroying. He's destroying all their bonds, right? Like the main reason why demons were unkillable before is because they had a bond to like the main demon guy / like the weird atmosphere of the planet and whatnot. That basically like guaranteed their regeneration over time. Cantarius broke that bond, but in the process, unwittingly, he created a lesser bond with whatever shards of the demon that are left in his own soul. So he's become the Horcrux he never meant to make. As Cantarius said last time. Basically leading us to Cantarius is convinced he must die by the end of the campaign. Otherwise, the demons will be free again eventually, or right, like they must be permanently destroyed, and that means
I feel like he's being dramatic.
Yeah, eventually.
Cantarius, stop it! Like, oh no, I must die.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna die eventually.
No,
die of old age or something.
Yeah. And then Alfons just almost let Yuma die on accident, and then Theo managed to heal her with faith magic. And Yuma's safe now. But now it's just you 4 against Faustus and whatever other minions he has at his disposal.
Where's Antonius at this point?
Antonius, throughout this arc, has been infiltrating the guilds, which were under the control of Faustus. So we as players know that he is somewhere. He's going to be waiting somewhere in the wings at a dramatic moment where he can step out and stab someone, or help you guys in some way. I'm planning on bringing him back at whatever moment is most appropriate. When someone fails, right? Someone fails a roll and all hope is lost. Antonius will be there, right?
He's like, no, they're good. They got it right now. But later.
Well, he right now, like he doesn't want to break his cover, right? He's waiting for an opportunity himself. Even if you guys don't show up, he'll try something, right?
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and do beliefs and instincts and stuff, and get refreshed with what our characters want and who they are. Cantarius, what are your bits?
This world is more than blood and gold. I will use the intellectual discipline to clear the obstacles in my path, despite the risks. The world will not end, not on my watch. I will escape this nightmare. I'm gonna have to fix that. Well, I don't know. We never answered a little bit more.
You never answered my question about beliefs. I mean,
you asked a question about beliefs, huh?
I did.
Oops.
That's right. The world will not end, not on my watch. I mean, I will escape this nightmare can be more generic, but you did get Persona for it last time, so I assume that we're rewriting it.
Yeah, I'll change. I was just joking. And then last is, I am a demon hunter, but my friends come first. I will make sure all my friends stay alive as we battle the nightmares. Well, let's put it this way. Are we actually going to Faustus now? Because I have had, I think, probably a culmination of 10 beliefs regarding Faustus specifically. And every time we take a step towards him, we have a mini session. It feels like to avoid going to Faustus. Is that can I safely...
Let's put it this way. There are still obstacles in the way before you are able to fight Faustus directly.
Okay.
Lame.
But you're going to be able to get to the Colosseum today, right? Like you will be in the place Faustus is in.
You will see Faustus, but he'll
have minions and stuff, right? He's not going to stand there by himself, right, waiting for you guys to come. Like he has people to fight for him. And stuff.
What if he did? He's like so cocky that because he's so powerful, we're like oh, it's just Faustus 1v4, and then like also a bunch of tentacles come out of him, and
right.
He's like.
Stuff like that is definitely like in the cards, even if you do get to Faustus. I would still try to make as small steps as possible, like the next obstacle in the way, or
I think Alfons should teleport us.
The next step
Faustus.
is to take 5 steps.
Well, I would say like get to Faustus is a very reasonable goal today. Engage Faustus.
5 steps. That's
the next step is the best step a man can take.
Yeah.
Remember?
The last one.
No, the next one.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think the last one was ever considered an option.
Unless your next step isn't a dog poop. I didn't really cover that in the book.
Well, that's why it's that's why the next step is important, because it needs to be the right step, not into dog poop. Anyway, this is a tangent. Yeah, basically, I would say, Connor, like it's reasonable to say, I would not write a belief defeat Faustus today necessarily. Like you will get fate for it probably. And it's not a bad belief to have, honestly. If you want let's put it this way, if you want a persona from a belief today, defeat Faustus should not be the goal portion. Because let's put it this way: even if you get to the Colosseum right now and immediately enter into combat with Faustus, we're hitting the like other mechanics and stuff. Like it's going to be a longer combat than just one session, I'm sure.
It's disappointing.
I'm just warning you.
I just want to kill Faustus. We've been trying to kill Faustus for like seasons.
I cheated. I'm adding a belief that basically I guess everyone does that. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I will defeat all obstacles in my path.
Yeah, Connor revealed Faustus's identity in session 1 of this new.
Yeah, we were like, oh man, it's going to be faster than we thought. Lo and behold, 3 seasons later, I would like to kill Faustus. Can I make a belief about it? No. Okay.
He didn't say you couldn't. He just said you should.
To be fair, Alfons could try to teleport you there.
Yeah, I think we should do that. But also,
let me pray first. Gotta get that faith, man. Actually, I don't think I can. I can't open in or.
We're too deep into this story to not be doing the Brandon Avalanche. Let's go.
Yeah, well, we are definitely in the Brandon Avalanche, but like there are so many threads to tie up, and we have to do them in the proper order, otherwise.
Yeah, we also
don't. This is an RPG. Let's just kill the big threads, and all the little threads disappear. The
problem is the big thread has placed the little threads in your path before you can get to him.
But then we just teleport. It's fine.
All right.
So I like that idea.
So you're still working on those?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to phrase number 2.
Sounds good. Yeah, we can come back to you. Dellon? We did your beliefs yesterday.
We must keep the artifacts from converging until the proper time, or it's game over, man. I will ensure that Alphonse's orb remains in his chest for his sake and everyone else's.
I hate it so much, but I had to let it happen.
Yeah, Caleb was like, hey, you should have a reason like why you want this. And I was like, well, I'll die. And so then I went and rewrote it, and I was like, till it's game over, man, because that's for you, Jared. I love you.
That's true.
My father
I appreciate it.
My father has betrayed his family again, but I will keep him safe. To get to Imida and Luca, I must reach the demon that has claimed them. The mountain before us looms ever larger. I will remove any barrier that stands between us and its heart. On my blade in my life, I shall hold the enemies of God at bay. The greatest of these is Faustus and his master. I will expel the demon from its host one way or another.
I like how yours sound so like, poetic. They sound like, and mine's just like defeat Faustus.
It's not good.
Mine is like straight to the point. You're just like, I feel like I like
David's
I
a
like
writer.
some wording in that.
Yeah. Also, I think a couple of mine were originally written by Caleb, so that's probably part of the reason why they sound
That makes sense.
poetic.
No, honestly, I think all these are yours.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
On my blade and on my life, I shall hold the enemies of God at bay. It's definitely you. These are all yours. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Alphons.
My family will always come first. Now that the city is in chaos, I will ensure that my son is saved.
Mhm.
We must finish this fight so Lucerta can finally be at peace. The next step is to get to Faustus.
You changed that after my conversation
I've
with Connor.
I've changed it twice now. One was the first time it was defeat him once and for all, but it's like if there's even like one sliver of life left, you don't get persona.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a defeat. I'm like, we're not going to defeat him for like 4 more sessions. So let's get to him first.
That's the one downside to being poetic is you're very likely to poetic yourself out of fate or out of persona and into fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you should be poetic with your first part of your belief. Like give us some flowery stuff for the first part, and then be very concrete with your second part.
That's fair. Yeah.
Writing beliefs is a skill.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of us are. Nobody's gratiated in this.
I'm gonna take that skill, and then every time you ask me to write a belief, I'm just gonna roll it. And,
I'd be like, roll. What is
you
my
just tell
belief
me
say?
how much fate or persona I get.
Yeah, how well was your beliefs today?
Yeah, we should.
How accurately did you word them?
That's the thing, right? I'm playing an RPG. I don't have to actually be smart. My character can be smart.
No.
Yeah, I've gotten more dumb. I used to get 3 persona every single session in like the first couple seasons.
To be fair, we got more done in those sessions, I feel.
Yeah.
If I lose the orb, it's game over, man. I'll ensure the artifact is used correctly in the ritual to save the world.
Woo.
There you go. Theo?
I must transcend to sainthood to protect those I love and enact the justice of the one true God. I will strengthen my faith. I changed the second one. I just said, by my God, my country, and my friends, I will engage and defeat Faustus and secure the keys, defeating all obstacles in my path. And I was thinking about changing the last one to something like, I am destined to save the world and stop the keys, or stop Faustus from getting the keys. But I worry for those I love. I will not sacrifice them to get in.
Yep. Sounds good. Cantarius, you have those final wordings.
We will reach Faustus. I just couldn't remember what. You said don't be poetic for the second half. That's what you get. So my goals are to continue using the intellectual discipline, reach Faustus, and make sure none of my friends die while we reach Faustus.
Yep, sounds good. Okay, so first thing, we had to do some housekeeping notes. It's nighttime. It's been nighttime for some sessions now.
I roll an observation test because you can't see in the dark.
I double checked. So
it's all been from Cantarius' perspective.
You're right. Yeah. It's been
what's sun? The sun exists. What?
I've been writing like you did, Connor, with Heroes in Training. For a while now, I've been writing up like a beat by beat write up of Crown Inquisitors. I was doing this before you did yours.
Around.
No, I was doing this before you did yours. I did it for the entirety of the first 3 seasons of Crown Inquisitors, like so I could give a proper recap for the next seasons. And then since then, I've been slowly filling in episodes. There's some gaps in it that I decided I was lazy and wasn't writing them up that I need to fill in at some point. But I went back through that and the episode descriptions and stuff, and I was like, season 5, the entirety of season 5 happened in one day. We're still in that day in season 6. I was like, 14 episodes have happened back to back to back with no time skips whatsoever. So for at least like 5 or 6 episodes or so, it has been nighttime. The sun has set. You are in quite literally like past midnight at this point, with all of your characters. The darkest hour has become quite literally the darkest hour. So I would like to start our session here with, just the reframing for everyone. It's nighttime. It has been nighttime. Consider that going forward. That's what's happening right now. But also, I would like everyone to make a fort test, because you've been constantly doing things for like 16 hours of combat, and like you guys are exhausted by this point.
Hey, buddy, let's build a fort.
we need to see how well you're keeping up,
man.
Oh,
so
I was worried this is where this is going.
I'm trying to decide if it's a OB 3 or an OB 4 fort test.
Can I pray for strength from God? It might actually be hard. Actually, I might lose one if I do that, actually.
I would say
pray to the Grand Poobah to use my magic to buff it.
I would say no. This is something that's been happening behind the scenes. It's not like you all stand there and then suddenly, oh, we're tired. It's like
have Alfons use the essential discipline to give us all his magic juice.
Can we just get some lamb bread?
You didn't do that in the past. You haven't thought about it.
Also, Adam shouldn't have to, because his body is brand new.
Yeah, it's true. He's been dead for he's been alive for 2 hours.
To be fair, Adam has the best fort, so he's the likeliest person to succeed on this anyway. I'm gonna have everyone make an OB 3 fort test, and we'll just see how everyone's doing.
Can we add OBs, or can we? I'm assuming we can still add
You cannot fork anything in. You can spend persona or use fate. And then honestly, based on these rolls, then we can decide. Like Jared could be like, Dellon's like, I'm too tired. Like Alfons, I need a boost, right? Like that's how we can handle this. But right now, this is like an abstraction of like this last 16 hours of fighting you guys have done. So
is anyone spending a persona to do this?
I think I'm gonna have to spend one. I only have 3 fort to roll.
I have 4. The chances that I actually get it, I don't know. I only have 4%. I don't really want to waste them.
Yeah,
I guess I do have a lot of fate. So wait, the fate's only rolled in the shade of what you're rolling or originally rolling for, right?
Yes, it will roll in the same shade. Yep.
Oh, I failed. Who'd have thought?
Oh,
it'd just be embarrassing.
Oh yeah, you have armor on, David. Yeah, that makes it way worse.
Yeah.
Oh, does that actually add to it? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, that's something we need to.
Nice.
Alphonse, I think we need to change yours too. You have armor, don't you? No, you don't. Your armor disappeared. No, we said it. We said it came back.
Well, I just put my armor on last set. My armor on last session at the end.
Yes, that's what we
got dressed. Does that count for this?
You're back to black shade. I mean, you've been wearing armor for most of the day, so yes. Okay. Let me put this in properly. These are odd penalties that should be in your character sheet anyway.
Okay, yeah, I'll just read.
Yeah, we're real. Just let me put these in first. I'm copying them over from David's sheet.
I don't need a routine test, so.
Jared, I need to be on this part of the sheet real quick.
I'm sorry, I forgot that.
No, you're good. You're good.
For you too.
Yep. I'm just putting them in here. You have the same armor as Dellon, so. Okay, all of those OB penalties should automatically add to the things that they need to add to now. So go ahead and re-roll that, Jared. So yeah, Dellon definitely failed. Hey, you got two 6s on that. Do you want to try for a re-roll?
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh. Oh, it still didn't add it. Why didn't it add it? Oh, because I think you started the bubble. Try it one more time.
I liked that roll though.
I think you submitted it. You like clicked on it before I had put those in, and so it wasn't doing the math right.
No
Whoa,
freaking
nice job,
way.
Connor.
Nice.
Woo, let's go.
Okay, wow, you did it again, but it still didn't add it. I don't know. It should be
I was
up
so
5 for you.
worried.
Oh man! But the thing is,
Is
Dellon
it-
has
is
the
it
greatest
because my
hair.
fort is
You don't want him to be
gray-shaded?
tired. He's like the one person we don't.
It makes
Yeah.
sense, honestly, though. David has done the most fighting.
Yeah, he's
today.
doing the most
like-
work, so he's the most tired. You're like, okay, it makes sense. You know, we're all like encouraging. Come on, man, you got this. You can do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not adding.
Is it because
Jared.
I have Gray Fort?
No, that shouldn't matter.
I mean, literally, at
Oh,
one point you
so
were just
close,
speeding
David.
for like
Dang.
5 minutes. Just like
I assume you don't have a call on for Fort.
No. I mean, if I could pray for dice, I'd do that, but I'm sure I would fail because of the Darkest Hour thing. And I think you said we're doing that stuff afterwards. So
Yes. So Jared, you did get the 3 successes, but the odd was actually 5. I don't know why.
I mean, if the character sheet doesn't say it, there must be something interfering with it.
Yeah,
If
there's
it's
something
set up
interfering with
in-
it, but it's coding errors, not not.
I mean,
game
it
mechanics.
it could be because I have a Gray Fort. It makes sense.
No, that doesn't.
was
Make
his
sense.
base on 5 because of the
Here, there you go. Go try it one more time. Oh no, that doesn't work. That's gonna give you tax. We don't want that. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing this. It really should work. There's no reason it shouldn't work.
I mean, we could just pretend
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we should
our
just
characters
pretend.
are tough enough.
Oh no.
I think it's fate.
I mean,
Wait.
it'd be pretty lame for Dellon's character to end up failing a roll and dying because we decided to care about.
Well, that's what
sleep
I'm
for
saying.
the first time in
Alfons
the
can give
season.
him. Well, we're caring about it now because you guys have literally been pushing yourselves for the last 16 hours with no rest whatsoever. Like, I've been pretty
Well, yeah,
generous.
but we've been doing this. We've been hunting demons for like 6 seasons or like years.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I
you've
don't know
gotten
that we
proper
had a
rest
lot of
most of the
times
time.
where we were never sleeping.
Okay, so let's back up.
We'll just
Jared, you
fix it.
are still 2 op short. You can spend fate if you'd like to, but you're 2 op short
I
from.
mean,
what you need.
the character sheet's saying I made
Jared,
it.
you're 2 op short from what you need. You are wearing full plate mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll roll fate.
Yeah, you can only spend 1 fate, but yeah.
Yeah.
You need 2 successes.
Needs 2 successes from Fate.
Let's go.
Yeah, I could've-
What in
You
the
got
world?
you got 2 6s. I see. I wasn't worried. It's Jared.
I could have
That's
spent
wild.
2 fate. I actually didn't even think about that.
I'll let you spend another if you want. That's fine.
Okay. I mean, it's
I
50-50.
was
and
expecting
I
you
don't
were
know
going to do that.
Yeah, I have plenty of fate for once, so I might
Yeah.
as well. I don't know the last time I succeeded on a coin flip though. So
Yeah. Say
No
yes.
way.
Now, wow.
I never succeed on the coin flip.
That's madness.
You both got 2
I'm
6s.
so glad.
Let's go.
I'm so glad.
That's awesome. So I
Sick,
love that.
right?
That y'all got most of you got tests too. So
like we're so.
congrats.
I feel like there's this point we're not like we're just so angry that we're just like in the adrenaline rush. We're like, I'm so angry. I just want to freaking to be. I'm sick of all these obstacles.
Yeah, so challenging test for you, Dellon. Same for you, Alfons.
Oh, yeah.
You got a challenging test. And then Connor, you got that difficult test.
I got a routine test.
Yeah, which you don't need.
I don't need it.
You're too cool, Theo.
So I'm just like, look, yeah, this is routine. It's nothing. I mean, I was like a slave for a while, so I feel like you kind of harden up at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
All right, cool. There
Or,
you go.
fall apart. The two.
Yeah,
You guys are all you're all good to go. Congrats. So you guys are heading to
Caleb wanted a -1, so he's like, roll a perception tester.
no,
I'm 10.
It's dark. You can't see.
no, it was literally just that I realized that we had done like
Yeah,
a full
right.
14 episodes with no
you're right.
rest
You're totally
whatsoever.
right.
And I was like,
It
we
totally
need
makes
to
sense.
address this somehow. Because like you did like intense research montages. Dellon has killed a god and the demon inside the god in this time.
So okay, so
you've given speeches. You've fought multiple battles.
Yeah.
You've convinced the gods to come down to earth. Like so many things.
Are we probably gonna make another fort test if like we, I don't know, like get past a, you know, if we don't have a break at the end of this session, probably gonna have to roll another one. Like if there's another obstacle between.
Please no.
Maybe we'll see. Like maybe
like
just if it feels narratively appropriate to be like, wow, you guys have like fought like 3 battles in a row, and it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Well, it just seems so less interesting than like the giant threads we've had so far to like have to deal with being sleepy.
Yeah,
I mean it's a narrative thing, right? I mean it's to make it more dramatic. Like it's hard to sell the believability of it if it's like, yeah, we could literally Captain America. I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Never ends.
I would say that I would say it's likely you will not have to roll this again, given like you all succeeded on this. It's like by the time maybe it would need to happen again, it will probably be the Day of Reckoning, and the Darkest Hour will go away, which will probably lift a burden from your shoulders anyway. At which point, maybe fatigue doesn't matter that much. So, I would say probably not. We will not have to roll this again, but I may use it as an appropriate moment if necessary.
As soon as
I won't
Faustus,
promise.
You're too tired.
You go to sleep. Okay, so you guys are on the way to the Coliseum. Are you just like, are you rushing? Are you teleporting? It's really not that far. Like you're quite literally here. Like you could just go down the street.
Yeah, but now we know our obstacles, so we should.
Do they know we're coming? Like obviously, like they're just waiting for us. Or?
There's almost no chance he doesn't know. Yeah.
Okay, so we couldn't like go in a back door and be like sneak up on Faustus or something.
I mean, there are entrances. Like you could go down into the bowels of the Coliseum, right? Like the places where you would come out onto the arena floor rather than like go up into the arena proper. There are entrances that way that you could go, but it's not so much a back door as just like another entrance. And he's probably has people there too.
To the Coliseum or to the arena.
Yeah. So if you guys, are you just walking there? I mean, it's really not that far.
Yeah, that's fine.
Walking would be more dramatic.
We also don't know what's like. If we teleport, we don't know what we're teleporting into. So
exactly. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, you can teleport into the middle of the Coliseum, and then you're surrounded on all sides, right? Yeah.
I mean, we could like find a vantage point. We could try and climb up the Coliseum or go around instead of through, and then teleport to an advantageous position to just fight Faustus, and then.
How about Alfons just like go like teleport to the top and see what it's in the Coliseum?
I suppose, yeah, Alfons could do some scouting. He's not good at stealth, though.
He'd be our scout.
He's terrible at stealth, though.
Stealth is my strongest ability.
I don't think any of you are good at stealth. Actually, Antonius is good at stealth.
I've got inconspicuous.
Yeah, but that's not gonna matter. It's impossible to be inconspicuous as wearing holy knight armor.
I'll teleport out of the armor and like leave it standing up, and then I'll teleport back into it when I'm done.
Nice. I like that idea.
Only if you do time dilation effects with your other magic will that be possible.
Deal.
I thought he literally couldn't do that.
What I mean by time dilation is he teleports himself up to the top of the Coliseum, uses his continuous discipline in such a way that he can take in the entire scene in an instant, and then teleport back into his armor before he falls down.
Okay.
Easy.
But that seems like a lot of rolls for not really a lot of benefit. I would say
that's why he wants to do it.
It's up to you, Jared, but I would say it's probably better just to walk.
Yeah.
We can use teleporting in the conflict to our advantage plenty, I'm sure. But when we're going in, we should probably take in information as we can instead of dumping ourselves straight into it when we don't know what's going on.
Yeah. All right, so you guys make your way down the street. And we get the good hero shot of like y'all readying yourselves, gritty, like it's dark out. We can tell none of you have had any sleep for a long time, but you're determined. Cantarius, as a reminder, still has like black iris, like black pupils, and like veins running down his face and stuff.
Yeah, great.
I'm picturing like a 4-panel section where you have like it shows like Dellon and then like halves, and then it shows like Cantarius, then it halves and it shows Alfons, then halves and shows Theo, and it just adds like all 4 of the frames of us just like walking.
And then the frames go away, and you're all right next to each other, so the frames are really unnecessary.
Just one at a time, and then it just is one.
Yep. And you guys are walking. And then we hear, I mean, like the whole city has been sort of in an uproar. It seems like this district is pretty quiet, all things considered, but you are hearing like sounds of something in the distance, like people talking, people moving around in some other part of the district. Maybe there's still like activity happening here, but you don't get interrupted by anyone immediately until you start getting close to the Colosseum. And I think which one of you has the highest perception?
Probably Alfons. Good to guess.
Mainly just curious for like.
I have 5.
Notice first. Oh, it's probably Cantarius. He has a 6.
Yeah.
It's kind of his thing. Cantarius, you hear the sound of someone coming out from an alley ahead of you. You know that like someone's about to like make themselves like appear from out of an alley.
Okay.
You first ask questions later.
Yeah, again, you could just try to like jump into attack. You could just warn your people. You could just wait for the person to come out.
Remember in Orphans, I had a stunt where if I shot before I knew what I was shooting at, I got bonuses. Literally shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah,
It seems like one person to you.
Yeah, I'll just say that. I'll point them out. Well, I can point still. Yeah.
You see the world in shifting auras.
Yeah. So I'll do like a classic hand symbols.
Hand up, like stop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and like point.
And stumbling out of the alley is Giolina Hux, the crime boss lady that Alfons has had an on and off relationship with. Last time you knew Jared, she had changed sides and went to Faustus. She stumbles out of the alley, seemingly in a daze, / like exhausted, kind of stumbles to her knees, and then looks down the street to you guys, and she says, "Oh, thank the saints, Alfons, I've made a terrible mistake."
I'm crawling back.
I rolled bullcrap one.
Hey, yeah, you could
stab me in the neck. All right.
Yeah, I mean, Cantarius could do like aura reading. Yeah, I mean, you could certainly roll that if you want to, Alfons. Cantarius could also do aura reading or something similar to decipher like intents. Up to you guys how you want to.
I mean, we can do both.
Do the rest of us know anything about her? I don't even know if I know who
probably
she is.
Not. Yeah, I don't think you've ever met her.
Okay.
Yeah. Cantarius has them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'll roll empathy.
You can fork in bullcrap wise.
Yeah. And falsehood, because to see if she's lying.
Bullcrap wise is that, right? Like that's the kind of general sense that you're forking in there. Falsehood is knowing how to lie, not knowing about lies. Bullcrap is what you're looking for.
And city-wise.
I don't think so. Like she's not a city. And like I don't know.
In the city.
Her connection to the city isn't significant enough to give you a fork here.
What's the odd?
Good question. Sorry, this is empathy test. You're trying to decipher her intent, correct?
Yes, sir.
But 4.
Let's go. Yeah, that's a fail.
You believe her. Seems genuine to you.
So if you fail, then you believe her, then she is lying. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, we know that's as players, but I'm trusting that you as your youth characters will follow through. Yeah, so Alphonse, like all your chivalrous instincts are going off. This is a damsel in distress. She needs you.
Unless she's telling the truth and you think she's lying because you failed.
Can I do aura reading?
Sure. It sounds like that's kind of what you were doing anyway. You can do intent yourself if you'd like. That's an ob 4 for you. But yeah, you could also do beliefs. I think it's ob 7 for belief. Ob 4, ob 3 for character traits. Ob 4 for die and call on traits. Ob 5 for instincts, I believe. Those are all options. But yeah, intent would be like, is she lying to you?
You said ob 3 for that.
Ob 4. Same as
Jared.
Weird. That's like the easiest one, and it's like the most helpful.
Well, I mean, it's not the easiest one. Honestly, it's pretty middling ob.
I suppose, but everything you said after that was way higher. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you could do mood for ob 2.
Okay.
Just figuring out if something is magical is ob 1.
I assume that like the skill that she could be using is not a forkable for intellectual discipline. For instance, like she's trying to lie to us. So like knowing about falsehood or be training in falsehood or having a skill in falsehood.
It would likely be more like bullcrap wise. Hey, you can do junk wise if you want.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say this is the first time I didn't even ask. I've been trying to put that in my whole.
I think it's too much of a stretch. I would probably give it to you if it was like a person is being junk or whatever, like a person is being who's been discarded as junk.
She's junk.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not close enough.
There you go.
Yeah, again,
I'm a new Cantarius.
So Alfons, you believe pretty clearly, like this is just classic damsel in distress situation. Cantarius, you're the one who's like, nope, something's wrong here.
Yeah, I'm taking a step forward as he's doing it.
Cantarius?
As I'm doing what?
As you're figuring it out, Alfons is taking a step forward.
Close to her, and then she stabs him, and then he's like, "She loves me."
Okay, so what is? I know she's lying, but what else do I learn?
I mean, you know her intent. Her intent is to lie to you, like to exploit a weakness. She's gonna try. Yeah, she's probably gonna try to kill Alfons by getting him close to help her damsel in distress and then stab. Right. That seems pretty clear to you.
Okay.
Yeah, or something like that. Maybe she has like some sort of thing that's gonna like get the orb out of him, like or something. You don't know. She's obviously working for the enemy though.
Yeah. I thought I'd get more specifics. Okay. Yeah. I just say wait. How about he's gonna do a little bit of a ribbing. I was mainly being vague, Connor, because I don't exactly 100% know what her intent is here. Oh, okay. Cantarius says, your weakness for women is showing.
I look down where?
This hardly
your flies
like
down. Alpha, your flies down, and then you just zip it back up.
All right, I got it. Thanks.
Cantarius ignores that. She's working for the enemy. She's here to deceive us.
I just look sad.
Yeah, she growls low in her throat.
Quick, somebody restrain her. Not me. Well, I have brawling. I guess I could.
Yeah, you're pretty much the only one who could do it without having to like hurt her with a weapon.
Yeah.
I think.
You go over?
Yeah, might as well.
Stalk over to her. Okay.
I'll roll brawling too. I mean, unless she is not gonna.
Yeah, I think she'll probably try something.
I mean, if her plan was actually to try and stab Alfons as he gets close, her plan was to die. So
yeah, I mean that would be suicidal.
I don't really. Yeah.
I think I have an idea. Mechanism. Yeah, I think she has something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it would be, but I think that must be the answer.
Okay. A pair of magic tongs.
Yeah, some sort of like quote unquote fabrial, right?
No, I think the magic tongs is better. That's a good
Their only weakness is you got to click them 3 times.
Yeah.
But then
Well,
you end
that's
up
just
accidentally sending
In
yourself back
rapid
home.
succession, 3 times in 1 second, and then you have to,
She clicks him
try
3
again.
times and then she appears at her house and she's like, "Oh darn it, wrong ones."
Okay, so I think the roll here is actually she's gonna make a sleight of hand test. And this is probably the last act she'll ever do in this game. So I'm gonna use all of the probably persona she's gotten throughout the whole of the campaign, accomplishing goals of hers, and just go for it. All
I
right.
think she can only spend 3. If we didn't know that rule, this would be trouble.
Goodness
and then
gracious.
I'm gonna go ahead
List off her advantages in that. 4 advantages. Come on, get out of here. 4 forks for sleight of hand. I didn't know there was even 4 skills you could fork in for sleight of hand.
She
okay.
has
It's probably wisest.
Cantarius, you're gonna die anyways, so what happens if it was right here?
I had her fork in inconspicuous.
Oh, I was just joking. You don't actually have to. I believe you.
Okay. Cool. Yep. So your ob is 8, Cantarius. Basically, you're gonna be able to
Yeah, I
restrain her
can't-
no matter what. But this is the question. The question is, does she get to activate the weird magic
tongs.
device on you before you can do this?
If it's not magic tongues, I don't know what it could be.
And like her goal was gonna do this gonna be to do this on Alfons, but she doesn't
Yeah.
seem like she's gonna have the. Well, actually, here's the question. What are you gonna do with her after you restrain her? What would be your plan?
No, I don't have a. I'd ask Dellon. Like, Dellon, what should we do now?
Basically, she's gonna wait until, with a sleight of hand, if you don't notice that she has this, she's gonna wait until the most opportune moment to activate it.
Okay.
So maybe she just waits. Let's just have you roll, and we'll see if you notice in time.
Well, okay. So, am I rolling to restrain her? Because if I'm rolling to restrain her, I would assume that her trying to do sleight of hand is something I'm like looking for, because I noticed that she had ill intent, so I knew she was going to try and be sneaky, especially with her hands.
Right.
Since
I think your brawling here, or whatever, is a given. Like, you're going to restrain her no matter what. The question is, do you notice what she has on her secretly in her sleeve?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, am I rolling something else after I've already rolled that she's trying to do something sneaky? And if so,
I mean,
I'd assume I'd get
sleight of
advantages to
hand is
that.
not seeing it, but he could still definitely think she has something, because why else would they just send a woman?
Sure, but he needs
So
to find it.
I mean, I could search her too, right? I mean, so like what?
But you need to find it. So you need to roll perception or something, right? Like sensory discipline to find what she has on her.
So
Against
she's
that's
not
how sleight of
resisting.
hand works. No, she's
So
not
she-
resisting.
So do I even need to roll brawling then? I just restrain her.
Here's what I'm saying.
Is she gonna try and?
She is going to activate this device she has in her sleeve,
Right.
at the most opportune moment. I think whatever the device is, she can activate it without like she doesn't need to like stab
Touch
someone
it.
with it necessarily to activate it. And it's just like
Okay.
So she's letting him restrain her. I guess
so
is the question.
she's letting you restrain her. The
Right. So I
question
guess
is,
what am I rolling then? Should I roll sensory discipline to figure
something
out
to sense? Yeah, whatever you would roll against sleight of hand,
Something-
like
if only I had
observation,
something to
sensory
sense
discipline.
what-
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'll use sensory discipline then.
Do you want a
I'll make-
magic
I
buff?
don't think I have any.
I'm not sure you have the time.
Well, there's the aura buff at least, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, you can get
Automatically.
that at least.
Well, I mean, she's just standing there letting him tie her. or
Yes,
restrain
but
her.
here's
second.
the thing.
You can roll for me if you need to.
She's going to activate this soon. I just, it's whatever the most opportune moment is within that soon. We need to make the roll, and then I'll decide when she uses it.
Okay.
And this is like, does Cantarius notice right away or not? It's not a question of you have her tied up and you examine her for 3 whole minutes. Like, that's not what's happening. Yeah, I'll go and roll for Connor since he had to deck out. Okay, so he's doing sensory discipline. We can have him fork in anatomy, right? Like, where does she hide it in her sleeve, sort of a thing. But I think that might be it. I'll give him an advantage die from his like successful aura reading earlier. Okay, this gives him 8 dice against 8
Eight
ob.
dice.
Should we have him spend persona? He said to do the roll for him, so
I don't know if he would.
he
Does
has
he have-
6
How many does
persona.
he have? I don't know if he'd waste it.
I mean, 6 persona. Yeah, I mean, I
How
would
much fate
think
does he have?
26.
I mean, magic is automatically open ended, so I guess you can't really rely too much on fate, anyways.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we have him spend
at
1.
least 1. I would think.
I'm not sure I can succeed at this roll.
Did you
unless I
add
have a lot
the
of buffs.
do you want to
for
spend
aura?
persona?
So no
I don't
persona.
think so.
Did you add the 2 for aura?
Watch, he's gonna lose by
I'll
1.
put 1 persona into it.
Oh yeah, I didn't add the 2 for aura. That and with the 1 persona, that actually gives him a much better chance.
Was it 10 now?
It's 10 dice, yeah, against or
11 if you just
11 dice.
persona.
11
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
Yep. Move
Oh.
close. You have a 1 in 12 chance. You can spend a fate to reroll 1 failed dice.
Connor, let me roll. let me roll
I
the
guess
fate
you have
for
26.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna roll.
I'll always spend fate.
I'll roll the fate for Connor.
Go for it.
Oh,
That's
man.
one of my instincts as a player. Actually,
Close.
is always spend fate.
Oh man, you used up all your luck earlier with those 2 6s.
Yeah, you
I
still got
rolled
one.
one short.
Just-
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
really close, but you don't quite notice it in time. You do get a difficult test on your sensory, though. Okay, so here's the question: is Alfons going to get close to her within the next minute while Cantarius is you just come up to them, Alfons, once Cantarius is obviously restraining her?
I mean, her intent was to do something to me, and my instinct
You don't know
is
that.
to protect.
I don't think
Well-
Cantarius told you that. She just said don't she's
Maybe,
lying.
yeah, maybe we should just sort of start back at the beginning and play it out because we've had a lot of mechanics interrupt with the natural flow of the scene. So maybe we should just kind of play it out.
No, you're
and see
right.
what
You're
happens.
So, Cantarius, you basically said stop, right? Don't. I don't remember exactly what you
He
said.
said she's
He,
with.
he
the
held up a
enemy.
hand and then pointed, and then
She's with the enemy, is what?
I think that's.
oh,
what he
that's
said.
right.
She's
Yeah,
working
yeah.
with the enemy.
Okay.
I mean, my
So then-
natural instinct is to protect the orb, so I don't know if I'd want to.
You do have a belief about it, yeah. I'm making sure. So Cantarius, you're stalking towards her, right? And she probably says, "No, you don't understand. He discarded me like a tool that was past its prime. Please, I need help. I regret
this?
everything." This is the
I don't know any character.
Dellon saying it. Yeah. Theo, you don't know. Alfons, do you answer Dellon's question?
I'm sorry, I missed them.
I said, who is this?
Oh yeah, this is my crime lord pal.
Okay.
And Cantarius is stalking towards her, and then I assume it goes and puts her in a arm lock, starts to restrain her. She's like, please, you have to help me.
But not like the big crimes, like the little crimes. No,
Prostitution and
she's like the mafia as opposed to just
smuggling.
senseless gang rule.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of what the mafia was, but okay.
No, they're sensible gang rule.
Yeah, you mean as opposed to a cartel? Okay.
We are Italians here. That's true.
Right. Okay. I mean, I don't even know that she was working for the enemy, do I? I don't think I know anything about this
I
situation.
don't think you do. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just all right, well, whatever is happening here, we need to resolve it quickly. We have more important things happening.
We just walk past and keep going. We're going.
So
we're going
Alfons, Cantarius, I can understand. While he's doing this, Cantarius knows that she's lying. He can just sense it from his aura reading the whole time. Alfons, as far as your perspective, what your character believes, she just seems complete. You can obviously trust Cantarius, that's fine. But your heartstrings are being pulled here as she just weeps, please. What do you do?
I mean, I think I'm gonna trust Cantarius. He's got cool magic
it's fine.
stuff.
Yeah. So we see your face fall, but you stay where you are. And then I think we get a note from her perspective. Like if it was a novel, we would suddenly shift to her perspective, and we'd get a whole long thing about her backstory and like everything in her life had led to this moment, and now she felt helpless, and so on and so forth. And then she hears a voice in the back of her mind, Kraus's voice, we would recognize, basically say, basically, well, I wanted you to use this on Alfons, to get the orb, but I see something in Cantarius. Yes, that will do nicely. Activate the device. And the last thing we get is like, from her perspective, is like a thought bubble, like, please forgive me. And then she activates it. And Cantarius, I think what she's trying to do here is she's trying to rip the demons out of your soul or something. I don't know. Like, what do we think? Like, I kind of like the idea that like as whatever device this is that has been given to her, her plan, her goal here was
to get the orb out of
sever the orb.
Yeah.
She's gonna activate it on you instead because you have weird magical stuff going on. I want to make sure whatever it is, whatever the effect is, that you're like into it, like that you think this would be a cool idea. Do you have any thoughts on like what could be like something that's bad, but like, it's not going to destroy your character arc or whatever, what do you think?
Maybe it can be like a soul gem. Right? So like it pulls them into the gem, but it's not like they all go free. It's just they're stuck in the gem instead of him now, but that's better for them, obviously, because then they have them.
Yes, that could be it. But then that also means that like Cantarius, his like weird thing goes away, probably.
I guess that's true.
Maybe. I guess that's maybe not true.
I guess my assumption was that like if that happens, we would have to try and reverse it, like with the device. So she'd probably try and run away. But so I guess I wasn't implying it'd be permanent. But
another idea could be the whole like she could either mess with the demon souls in there, like give them power. She could do some sort of weird like splintering of the souls that like does damage to you or causes an explosion. What do we think? Rip a hole into the demon realm.
Well, I guess it was supposed to do something to the orb. What was it supposed to do to the orb?
Basically, it was supposed to siphon. At the very least, I think maybe it was going to create a different artifact. Basically, whatever device she has, it would siphon the power of the orb into a new object, so that the orb was powerless. And now
it makes a new Horcrux.
Yeah, basically, it would change the object, the artifact, from an orb to whatever she has in her pocket.
Yeah, then it sounds kind of like the soul gem type thing, and that it could probably also be reversible. I don't see why you couldn't just put it back then, if we wanted to.
But I guess, Connor, do you want that to be, what is she trying to rip away then? Is it the demons in your soul? Is it your magical potential? Is it something else?
Yeah, because if we put it in the soul gem, then you might not have to die. So I guess that's probably the question.
Right. Like, I don't want to ruin his character arc here.
Right. That's what I'm. So
it also could just be it doesn't do what it's supposed to do anyway, and causes like an explosion or damage or something instead of what it was supposed to do. That is also a possibility. Any thoughts, Connor?
Controversy. That's what Caleb wants.
Yeah, we gotta mix it up. I hope
there.
He has his headset on, so I assume he could hear me at least, but maybe he can't.
I have a new idea. It congeals all the demons into Nightblood. Nightblood, right? That's the name of the sword.
I favor that idea.
The sword from Stormlight.
Yeah, I'd like.
From Warbreaker, actually.
Right, but where's Nightblood in this situation?
That's what I mean. It congeals all the demon into a physical artifact.
Yeah.
So like he still has a bond to it, but it's now like a sentient, demon sword.
Oh,
if anything happens to this, it does change the arc we just established like really hard.
We can still have it that you are bonded to the sword.
You're still bonded to it.
Like,
it's just No. That's the idea. Okay, let's roll now to see how badly it goes and like whether or not Connor can resist it. Unless we're like, I guess here's the question. What is the role here to not have it?
Most magic is like a static difficulty based on a thing. right? Like
Yeah, it's like
you
they're
shoot
rolling
somebody
to
with
do the
magic,
thing.
or it's usually based on your opponent, but not like they don't actually roll.
Well, because I think maybe what's happening is, I guess we could do like a will test, do something like that. That's an easy one. Because I think probably the easiest way to do this is not to have like them make a test, like a magic test of any. Right. They're activating a magical device of some sort that Cantarius has to resist somehow. I'm thinking will test is probably the easiest. Are you fine with that, Connor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
that makes sense to me. You're just trying to resist what's happening. Let's make it an ob. I don't know. What do we think? 4 or 5?
I mean, depending on who made it, I would think it would
7
have
or
to
8.
be. I would think it'd have to be pretty decent if they thought this was going to work, right? Like, presumably somebody powerful made it. It sounds like a pretty crazy. I mean, I guess it's made to use against other magic artifacts, maybe, and not people. So I guess it could make sense that it would be.
Let's do a 5. That's a difficult test for Cantarius. That's right on. He has a will of 5. He could spend some persona. He could try to do some other stuff to. But yeah, I think we'll make it difficult, because I think even if he fails here, we're doing more of like you have a Nightblood now rather than.
It's not like a straight up bad thing. Yeah. Necessarily.
All right, Connor. Ob 5 will test. You can spend some persona. You have fate if it's a fail safe.
Ob 5 will test. Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to keep the persona.
Yeah, I mean, if you fail, you get a cool magic sword. So, I mean, probably an evil magic sword. It's probably not a good thing, but it'll be cool.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even if I put 3 persona into it, it doesn't seem very likely to succeed. So I'm just going to go for it, see what happens. Yeah, see, I'm so glad I didn't put 3 persona in there.
Man,
can you imagine?
No ways.
even if all 3 of them had been successes, you would have failed. All right, so you can get a difficult test there.
Yep.
Cantarius, you feel a wrenching and then a coalescing. Suddenly,
wait, hold on. Let me try. Let me put
try fate.
Oh.
Yeah, might as well. You have 25. You need to get 4 successes in a row. 3 6s in a row, and then a success.
Or wait, did I not get any 6s?
You did not.
Oh, so I can only spend 1.
Are you trying to push Will into an Aristea or something?
No, he just has 25 fate points and will not have a chance to spend all of them by the time.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Wasn't even a 6.
All right, cool. So, Cantarius, you feel a wrenching, but it's the sort of wrenching. It's not like it's being ripped away from you entirely, like a clean rip. It's just that there's a distance that's being created between you and the prison you've created in your soul for the demons.
Like a stretching.
Yeah, stretching.
Getting further away from you.
What probably would have happened is she had like a dagger or something in her pocket or some sort of trinket that would have become the new artifact. Like the power of the artifact would have, but instead she tries to draw the power out. It doesn't go all the way into her artifact that she had in mind, the object she had in mind. Instead, it stays right by you. Yeah. And the staff in your hands suddenly turns black.
Nice. That was my thought too. I was like, we shouldn't give him a weapon he can't use.
Nice. Interesting.
Very cool.
And all of a sudden you feel a very familiar sense of like this staff, demon possessed staff. This sounds familiar. And this is dangerous, Cantarius, because remember, the more bonds a demon has, the more powerful they are, and you have given them another bond, right? Like, or you didn't mean to do this, but they now have a bond with you and with the staff. And so the voices,
if you light this on fire, everyone will die.
yeah. The voices become louder in your ears, right? The whispers. And you hear a distinct voice come through the crowd. The voice of Eurus. He says, "It's nice to see you again, old friend."
Was Eurus inside of me?
Mm-hmm. Remember, what you didn't realize is every time you were killing them permanently, you were actually just imprisoning them in your soul.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's nice. Here we go again. Cantarius says, "Oh man, it's season 1 Cantarius. I'm blind and my staff is back."
Yeah, we really got full circle for Cantarius. Cantarius, you can tell that like she did this, like she activated, she did something magically. Do you kill her? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's not well, I don't know. Why don't, somebody else should kill her. I think he's just staring and trying to figure out what's going on.
I
think somebody else should do anything.
I still don't know what's happening, so I'm just like,
you were restraining her before. Did you let go of her?
Probably, yeah. Well, I did restrain her.
Alfons can teleport her to an island that she can't get off, or like put her in jail and then teleport out.
Give her a pistol with one bullet.
I mean, she just activated something magical without any of us knowing. I think it's safe to assume she's in like constant danger, and somebody should just kill her.
So, Connor, are you saying that you like tied her up with rope?
Sure, why not?
Do you have rope?
I don't know. Don't ask
you
me
need
questions
not
that I don't know the answers
skill.
to, GM.
You do not have rope. You would need a traveling gear.
Unprepared. We lost before we began. We never had to do
it. You get to Faustus and he's like, "I'm invincible. My only weakness is rope." And you don't have any.
Does she say anything when she tries this and it doesn't work? Dellon still has absolutely no idea what's happening, and so I'm not in a position to kill anybody yet.
She starts saying, I'm sorry. Like she's huddled. She assumes that you're going to kill her.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I don't believe that she's sorry though, right? Like you did
Probably
it anyway.
Yeah.
So I think well, since nobody else has taken something, I'm just going to say no, you're not, and I kill her with I just slam the staff into her head.
Wow.
Yeah. And you bludgeon, like I think like the staff is really powerful now. Yeah. Right. Like there is a trade-off here. Like it's you made the demons more powerful, but like this is like now like I don't know if it's Grey Shade staff, but it's definitely
like when Ceran hits people with his mace. There's just like a percussive blast.
I'm pretty sure that's like you just squish her head. Like her head, like just crushes against the cobblestones.
We have this awkward moment, and then Cantarius says, "I just meant to knock her out."
What is happening right now? I don't.
The demons went into my staff.
And she caused that
before, but with more.
Okay, is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, she caused that.
Yeah. Is that going to be a problem when we go up against the Demon King? Is your staff going to betray us? We have to get moving.
Eurus says, "No, of course not."
About this. I mean, like,
I think that's safe to assume.
They murdered her right in front of us, and we're like,
"Yeah, I'm curious what Alfons is doing because, like,
I mean, I have no idea whose person is, so I'm assuming you had a justified reason for that."
Yeah, I think he was about to like say like, "Let's like teleport her to jail." Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was changing it to AP during Connor's bludgeoning. Yeah, Alfons
we basically did the same thing to who was the guy on the bridge again?
Liren,
yeah.
Dellon stabbed him in the face.
Freaking Theo out. I mean, it's like yeah, they're evil guys, but he's just like, you know, we beat them and then they're like on the ground and they
screaming mess on the ground.
I think Theo's kind of like not
Well, but
liking this. I mean, it's like,
what if
this
you
is
guys
kinda
heard?
brutal, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just explained what happened, right? I mean, she cast a spell without any of us knowing that drew my magic out of my body into my staff. Which, if she had done that to Alphons, we would have been screwed. He actually could have died from that, because if the orb was taken out of his chest, he would have been killed. So she was a threat. If she could have done that again, she could have killed Alphons.
I get why. It's still.
You're explaining that in
You're
character.
just kind of scary now, man. Is
Yeah,
that
he
kind of?
was explaining that in character.
I don't think he doesn't think.
Oh, I see.
mean, like he just doesn't. He's concerned about the brutality because he's seen a lot of violence, and it's just like,
Yes.
I don't know. You know, usually it's like, oh, we're fighting people who are actively fighting us, and then you kill them in the moment, and it's not like and he's seen like kind of like how the emperor puts his thumb down, and that I mean, I feel like that was like traumatizing to Theo. I don't know, not emperor, but whatever, the king or
Yeah.
And so he's seen like unarmed execution before, and he just like has a traumatized part of his life when he sees that.
Honestly, Theo, like you're probably one of your biggest like guiding lights is like you give a man a weapon in his hand before he dies, right? Like you let him fight for his freedom, right? Like that's what being a gladiator is. They could just, and maybe they do sometimes, where they let people loose in there like with lions without a weapon. But most of the time, like your experience has been like, I could die, but I also have a chance to fight for my life. Yeah, and this is just cruel to like just kill someone without a weapon.
Yeah.
I think we hear a kind of scratching at a nearby, kind of like in the alley nearby, and then some skittering, and then we see a small red panda come out of the alley, and it kind of, its ears flatten down, and it
Cantarius yells, another another weapon of the enemy.
Smashes into face. Okay, Cantarius, we need to talk.
Die, strange creature.
and it like it's
a demon creature.
And it slowly walks over to the dead body of Giolina and curls up in a little ball next to it. Whimpers.
Has any of us ever seen a red panda before? I don't.
This is Alphonse's pet. Tiddlywinks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Tiddlywinks. Why did you have to see?
Avert your eyes, Tiddlywinks.
Does anybody out of character? Does anybody's characters disagree with Cantarius' decision?
I don't think he says anything, but I think he's feeling it.
Dellon has no idea.
Alphons gets it, but he's a little upset.
Interesting. Yeah,
not really like at you, just at the situation.
Just generally, yeah.
I mean, I certainly, as a person, would never have done that, but
well, that's what I think. I think Theo is against that, but like like as a outside of character, we know that Cantarius is kind of like a broken character who's been brutal, and now he's just kind of like, I'm sick and tired of this, and so he has been doing stuff like that where it's just like he's gone all out to his goals. There's like nothing in his path. I feel like that just makes sense, but like Cantarius would do something like that. But I think like now that Theo's been more like redeemed, I guess he's and again, the whole gladiator thing, he's just kind of like, he doesn't say anything, but he's just like simultaneously like, I think Cantarius is concerning me. That
I'm concerned about Cantarius.
Dellon's just worried your staff is going to betray us while we're fighting the demon god. So
I'm worried about that.
We should get rid of that.
Let's put it in a furnace.
That sounds like a good idea. Just make sure there's no children around.
No. Yeah, he throws it in the furnace, and then Cantarius lights on fire.
Yeah. So in character, is this going to be an issue when we go to fight the king of demons? Is your staff going to betray us if it's filled with demons?
I don't know.
Of course not.
But it's my but the power that lies within is still my greatest weapon against them.
He says, "Is this going to be a problem?" And he turns to Dellon and like in like a demonic voice, he's like, "No,
It's like, I don't think you're supposed to use the ring against mortar. I'm pretty sure that was like the point.
A house divided can't stand Cantarius. That's the one piece of scripture he knows.
You're right. My character should sit this one out.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
I'm gonna go meditate on the end of the world.
Leave the staff behind. You can hit him with a different stick.
Cantarius,
but then my character is basically useless.
Yeah, but Cantarius, pretty much instinctually that like unless you find like a good place to hide it, like the demons have enough eyes and ears, and like
they would just
they're gonna find it, and that's bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but killing us is worse, I think. Probably.
Teleport it into a volcano.
No, remember, setting it on fire is bad. Green smoke.
Yeah,
everywhere.
if you do that, you'll just create the next
Into
campaign.
the fires of Mordor.
The entire world is covered in a green mist, and the people come back from the dead. And, yeah. Anyways, all right, fine. I guess we'll just have to keep an eye.
I teleport it into the one place they'll never think to look.
He's like
the demon realm.
Yeah, Alfons is like he goes and like
right under their noses.
And then it's the last thing they'll expect.
And then it cuts to them in hell. They're all like looking down, waiting, and then the staff appears. They're like, "Oh, hey."
I'm just imagining you're like, oh, I got to keep this away from somebody, and then you just Amazon ship it to their door. They'll expect it. They get a package.
It's definitely the last thing they'll expect. It just doesn't. It still doesn't accomplish your goal.
Yeah. They'll just be confused while they have it.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me, but you are very small.
Nice. Okay, let's go kill
Tiddlywinks.
a demon god.
What do you say?
Tiddlywinks is more important. I go comfort him.
Yeah. He seems pretty torn. Like if you try to like take him away from the body, he like tries to stay with it.
Can't stay here, buddy. It's not safe.
I think Theo's like behind Alfons, and he's like putting his hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, and I think you have a good enough persuasion. Like you'll eventually persuade Tiddlywinks to listen, and he kind of curls up against you.
I don't know if I should bring. Should I bring him with?
I mean, I feel like where we're going is a lot more dangerous than where we are. So probably not.
I think Tiddlywinks is the key, though. He wouldn't just show up if we didn't need him.
Sure. You should probably just teleport somewhere and put him there, and then come back. He's just gonna get collateral.
I will say the one piece of foreshadowing we do have with Tiddlywinks is that he is good at sneaking around and grabbing things. So if you needed someone to do that, technically you could grab one of the artifacts. So you could have Tiddlywinks try to go snag one of the artifacts.
That's a good idea.
Is it like that little thing from Fantastic Beasts that like goes and steals all the stuff?
Or like a red panda.
I don't remember what that.
Oh yeah, the Niffler
little hedgehog thing.
They're called Nifflers, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Nifflers.
If you want to send it after the artifacts, I will not complain. I just don't know that it will survive.
Does it have a
We're bringing Tiddlywinks.
Oh.
Caleb's not going to kill favorite Tiddlywinks.
I don't know who Caleb is, but okay, I guess we'll
I didn't realize that was in character.
No, I'm kidding. I know it wasn't.
Caleb will always kill fan favorite Tiddlywinks.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, Caleb also has an instinct.
Yes,
always kill fan favorite Tiddlywinks.
Is Buck should have died like 82 times and he never died.
That's true.
At least where I'm at.
Fair enough.
Who?
In Terran Nullius.
Oh, okay.
Our D&D campaign.
But you can't just kill it randomly. You have to kill it at a moment where it fuels the reader's rage.
This does kind of fit that.
Yeah, we're at the part where things can die because it's almost over, so you got to be more careful.
Yeah, you guys, look at what chapter it is.
Yeah, Deadpool looks at the screen and he says, "It's almost over. You can't do that."
Yeah, the little like how much time is left in the movie.
Yeah, he looks down and points at the progress bar, and he's like, "There's only 5 minutes left. You're gonna die."
You can't do that. Don't you know what time it is? The darkest hour, you guys. Come on.
What part of the darkest hour do you not understand?
What?
I've been getting
nighttime,
shorts. I've been getting shorts from Rick and Morty in my YouTube feed, and there's an episode where they're in a narrative train, literally like a railroaded story, and like the stories that you think of get manifested, and they're trying to overload like a story object. And so Morty's suffocating. Rick takes his oxygen, puts it into Morty's mask. He's like, "Quick, Morty, two women, they have to have a conversation about something other than a man." And then he passes out, and Morty just starts coming up with something random about his mom and his sister having a conversation, and it overloads the like narrative circuitry in the train. and
the Bechdel test saved us.
It's just every time I see a short of that, I was like, I need to watch this episode. It's so funny.
That sounds pretty funny. Okay,
Anyways.
so are you taking Tiddlywinks or no?
Yeah. We got to have the Avengers assemble with everyone in Tiddlywinks.
Okay, yep. So you guys, I assume, leave.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Bloated
go
body.
back. Oh man.
All right, you head to the Coliseum. It seems darker, even darker than should make sense. In the middle of the night around the Coliseum, right? And on a kind of an unnatural darkness.
Is there any crowds making noise? They're all silent.
I think, I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I think there probably are some, but I think
Everybody's
you hear.
dead. They've all killed each other. It's just us and Faustus now.
It's like 10 people in the crowd. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there must be. I'm just trying to think of exactly what the like establishing shot is here, because we already got the scene with the Coliseum where like all the cultists were in the seats and like were around Adam's character. So I'm trying to think of a way to do this slightly differently.
I guess what have they been doing this whole time? I kind of just assumed that they were like killing people and stuff, but considering it's a Coliseum.
Yeah, that makes sense. You hear
What if it's like this creepy, like silent, like almost like demons? Like they're not really there, but they're just like their spirits are like sitting in the seats, and it's almost like they're all just like sitting there, really like creepily.
I actually like that. I think we have shades.
Yeah,
seats,
shades.
right?
Yeah,
the demon shades. So I think I think we hear a very muffled silence. It is very an oppressive silence. There is some sort of sound. I think you hear the sound of someone strangling to death. Just like a choked, like desperate desperate choking. How do you go in the Coliseum though? Are you walking in the front door? Do you go into one of the side entrances? There's like the big like archway that like leads into the main place.
I would say front door, but first someone's got to check for traps.
Anyone check for traps?
Tiddlywinks' check for traps skill.
Yeah,
I think this is probably actually Cantarius.
Undoubtedly a trap.
Yeah,
Probably Cantarius making an aura reading test.
Yeah, if there's traps, they're probably magical, so we should probably use magic.
Would you like to scan the area, Connor?
I would love to.
Caster.
How about you go ahead and make
anything and just.
How about you go ahead and make a graduated test? So ob 1, and the more successes you get, the more you'll notice.
Okay. Can I fork in sensory for this then?
Sure.
You get +2.
I don't think I want it. Oh, okay.
Promote
Okay.
magic.
I hear that. From the distance. I'm not gonna put any persona or anything into it. 6.
All right, 6.
Okay.
It's like not terrible.
Would you like to spend a fate?
Pretty average. Why not?
6 is actually really good. It's just our perception of what's good is skewed.
Nice. Okay.
There you go.
This
So
is
you
like
have-
orphans where everybody has to be a god to contest us at all. And so
Yeah,
we're,
that's true.
everything's difficulty 12, even though 5 is like godlike.
Yeah. Did I spend? I put persona into something, didn't I?
So you're able to do the following. You can detect if a subject is alive, dead, or from this plane or another. So you can tell there are people in the seats, but they're not people. They're shades. They're the demon shades, right?
Sure.
The souls of demons waiting for something. You can also read aura traits, so you obviously sense Faustus in there. He has a bunch of aura stuff going on. Although I guess technically he has obscure aura, so it actually doubles. So the biggest you're able to sense from him, you are able to see aura traits from him because it would still only be an op 2. The most you can get from him is a character trait. Everyone, anyone else in here is going to be fine, but obs are doubled for him. So you were able to know that he has no character traits whatsoever.
So
He
I can see with definitiveness.
You
that
can
he
see his
doesn't have
aura,
them, or okay.
You can see his aura of malevolence. No, wait, he doesn't have an aura of malevolence. Okay, so yeah, I don't think you know Faustus is there. You don't sense him. He's hidden.
What a cowherd.
Okay.
At least like you just don't sense his presence with aura reading, basically.
Yeah.
You can read the mood. There's someone dying. There's like
some vibes.
There's like a gallows or something has been built.
Yeah. Okay.
And someone is dying inside. I wonder who it is.
Are they happy about this death or sad?
They aren't. I'm trying to decide who it could be.
Wait, they're what?
Billy Bob. A second.
If it's anyone important or if it's just like, some.
Yeah, I kind of just figured it was an explanation of how everyone in the stands turned into shades.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I was like, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
You know what? No, I know who it is. It's been a person that I've been waiting to bring back for forever now.
You're gonna have to bring him back again in a second. He'll be dead.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to decide an important thing here. Okay, so instead of a choked gasp or whatever, like someone's on the gallows, I think instead we just you feel you don't hear anything. You just feel a Cantarius a fear from someone. Like they're waiting for their death, but they're not like on a gallows or anything, because technically that's not how they were executing people anyway.
Cantarius, what do your demon eyes see?
Let me find if this person has any character traits.
Who is this?
I don't know if you're familiar enough with this person to be able to tell through aura reading right away, but they have the following character traits: brave, patient, disciplined, your lordship, fanatical devotion, and nose for trouble.
Great book. I nose for trouble. I mean, not the list of traits. Sorry, I realized
you can sense that mood.
Sarcastic insult.
You can sense that mood. You can sense all of their stuff because you got more. I was still considering Faustus. Technically, you can see all the rest. So you see, the mark of privilege, tonsured, faithful, sworn to the order, show no fear, and poised. You also can see instincts and beliefs, so you know that this is Averio Gal, the Dellon's holy knight friend.
He had the gall to show up. Wow.
Not anymore.
But yes, I think Cantarius, you get a picture of what's happening inside. You don't see Faustus magically, but you can guess at what's happening. There's arrows in bunches of bodies around the Colosseum. Lots of dead bodies with arrows. He's been executing people to like make into demon shades and stuff, right?
Okay.
Are there any humans left in the Colosseum?
Well, I think this guy, right?
There are some for sure. You sense some huddled forms in the back of the Colosseum.
Okay, so I say Averio Gal is, I assume, in the throes of dying.
Wasn't he supposed to be with my family?
He went to try to help your family at one point, and then was not able to do so, and disappeared from the story for a long time.
Okay.
And now he's back and worse than ever.
Then Dellon looks at you, says, then we need to move quickly. And he just goes.
Yep. Well, gee, I don't know. we just go, I think.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if there's anything I would react to besides just let's just go kill Faustus.
I'm double checking to see who else might be here. I think we'll say the people huddled in the back are Luca, Ipana, Elon, and Sergio.
Elon just calls down his racket. We're good.
Wait, how'd Sergio get here?
Wait, so we're
He was headed off to confront Elon.
Oh,
yeah.
Last time we got him.
Okay.
Your rockets are destroying our city.
But yes, they're here in a secure location in the back of the Colosseum that's like not easily accessible, like behind where Faustus would probably be. And then also, I think you do also sense a sorcerer of someone you don't recognize, a sorcerer in the Colosseum seat somewhere, like slightly hidden, waiting to be support for Faustus. You also sense Antonius in somewhere around here. Maybe he's gotten himself assigned to Ipana and Luca and them in the back, but there's some cultists here with Antonius as well. Yeah, there you go. Now you have the situation.
So here's what we do. We kill Faustus, and then everybody's fine because, Faustus is dead. Cut off the head of the snake. Do it.
Yeah, I'm sure the head of the snake will come down and, bow down for us to cut it off. It'll be fine.
Well, no, I'll just
Yeah. You'll just attack him with the staff. That's,
intellectual discipline style.
Basically,
one thing you don't know, sense, Cantarius,
that too.
is the artifacts.
Oh no.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking, like, what if we all like walk up and we
They took him somewhere else.
We're all like standing in a line. We kind of like take a second. We're like, all right, like here we go. We're about to do this.
Yep.
So
I summon the axe and the hammer.
I feel like because I was thinking like Theo was like, no matter what happens in there, I'm proud to call you my friends. Because this is like
Yeah. Cantarius says, even after I squish that gal's head.
No. He nods. Probably like not quite looking at you.
Live free or die well.
I guess he nods again.
It feels like wait. It feels like wait. I got one more.
Yeah. No. Cantarius says
he was finishing his thought. He's just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
I got one. There are no gods. There are no
gods. Only demons.
Only demons. But there is one god.
No.
And today we'll be heroes. No, that doesn't sound right.
you know that one episode of The Community when they're like in a like a murder show or like a detective show, and they keep trying to like give the one line. He's like, looks like it's clean up in aisle 5, and they keep trying to give one-liners, and he's like, would you just let me get the last line?
Cantarius says, remember what I told you.
How about we just focus on making them do
what
the
you
die?
told me.
He said, you have to kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When this is all over.
I think he doesn't say anything or do anything. He just like stares forward.
Yeah.
But
How about we focus on? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh, I said he just stares ahead. Like he heard it. Like there's no way he did.
Oh,
because
gotcha.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Dellon just says, "How about we focus on making them do the dying?"
He nods. And we all look at Alfons.
Yeah.
You're charging so much. Oh yeah, Alfons. You need to say one later.
Yeah, everyone expects it, right? Like they're like, you don't have the last line to say.
His eyes are just locked on Luca.
You don't know where Luca is. Cantarius can sense them, but like you can't see them.
Well, I'll tell you all we're there.
Yeah. So basically, when you walk into the Colosseum, you'll see. As a reminder, this was being built into a palace for the king, kind of retrofitted. So it's kind of still partially the way through that, but also in like, it was only like maybe weeks that they had to work on this. It was going to take a long time. So there's like scaffolding and tools around, but mostly it still looks like a Colosseum. And as you get to walk through the main door, like the archway out into the sand of the Colosseum, or I guess first you would walk into like through the archway into the stands overlooking the Colosseum. Technically, that's how you would enter. And there's like all the steps or the seats around you ringed around. You're staring straight ahead. There's like a box seat on the other side of you, where you can see Faustus standing with his bow knocked but not drawn yet. Averio is knelt in the sand of the arena, surrounded by other like holy knights and like priests and other people that you like had inspired to fight earlier, Dellon. I think maybe to the side we see like a couple others who haven't been killed yet. Denzia is among them, the priest who kind of woke you up that one time, Dellon. And Averio is like knelt in the dirt waiting for, he's not wearing his armor or anything. He doesn't have a sword. He's just kind of like in his tabard.
Yeah.
And is waiting for execution. All around you, the seats are filled with shades. And I don't think you see anyone else. Like your Cantarius maybe relays that like there are other people in the Colosseum tunnels and things, like the bowels of the Colosseum. But on the floor of the Colosseum, there's mostly dead bodies, and in the stands there are the shades of the demons.
It's also dark outside, so that's extra creepy. It's just kind of like you can see just a silhouette, kind of almost like barely.
Right? Yeah, it's very dark. It's very dark.
Just to clarify, Cantarius says nothing about bowels. I don't know why. I thought I would say something about that, but.
And Connor, you Cantarius, because you did the aura rating, you can sense that like the darkness is magical. There's some sort of demon thing going on here that's creating like an oppressive darkness.
Okay, yeah. Deadpool sneaks out from around the corner again and says, "See, get that red panda out of here. It's literally darker in this room."
Bad vibes.
It's sort of animal cruelty, people. Yeah.
So yeah, Alfons, if your plan was to have Tiddlywinks like steal the artifacts, Cantarius doesn't know where they are. You didn't see it. You can have him go. You can have him go find Luca.
One job. Yeah. Go find Luca. And or the artifacts.
Yeah,
whichever one you find first.
He comes back like dragging a bag, like inch by inch, with like 12 artifacts and a kid in it. Like,
yeah. Luca's wearing a backpack with all the artifacts in it, and he's just dragging it by. Yeah, so the red panda scurries off down into like a hole somewhere, down into the bowels of the Colosseum to go, find Luca. What do you guys do? Faustus is on the other side in the box seat. His aura is obscured, but his physical, you can see him with your physical eyes. And he looks like...
Does he say anything?
Kill Averio. No, he glances up at you and smirks slightly, but doesn't say anything. As a reminder, he's played by Mads Mikkelsen.
What happens when his aura interacts with my Riz?
Your Riz gets obscured.
You both die of cringe.
There you go.
They said ribs. And I was like, but Riz similarly made no sense.
We gotta combine our Riz and Sus to beat his aura. True. Let me just see how.
Oh, I see. I see what's happening here.
Theo says, "Well, I can't say I'm glad to see you again."
His smile widens and he says, "We all knew this was going to happen eventually. A conflict that was fated to happen. Unfortunately, destiny today is on my side. Didn't you know, my friends? The prophecies have always been ours."
Cantarius is already casting death to his brain.
Magic missile.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like Sorcerer's Fire.
Oh, also, does anything
sure
happen
he's-
if I have the
quiet
aura of
about it.
holiness?
I don't think your aura extends far enough to
The shades
matter
probably
yet.
don't like it very much.
But yeah, the shades are cringing back away from it. Yeah.
And he says he kind of like looks at his body because he's kind of like mocking him.
It's way more obvious here that like the bubble of holiness because there's like an impressive darkness.
Well, he said something like, "Oh, the prophecy is ours," but it's like I just came back from the dead. I feel like it's probably kind of ours. He's kind of like, "Well, it looks like the skeletons in your closet came back to stab you in your heart." He looks at him when he says that. And he's like, because he's saying like, "I'm the skeleton in your closet, but I'm coming back to kill you."
Yeah,
very nice.
He. You can see in his eyes a little bit here, Theo, that like he is slightly shaken by the fact that you rose from the dead, but like he's pretending not to be fazed by it. Yeah. All right, so Cantarius, you said you're shooting fire.
No, Sorcerer's Fire. Like I'm using intellectual discipline.
Right.
I'm not shooting fire. I'm.
But that
like,
you're destroy with Sorcerer's Fire with the brain and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's consider what we're doing here.
I suppose I could also just roll intimidation, actually. Why don't I just do that? Why don't I roll intimidation? And if I can just make him hesitate, then anybody can kill him.
I suppose that could work. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if that's a roll you can make right now, honestly. Mainly because you're just so far away from him. He's not going to be intimidated enough by a person across the room from him to just hesitate.
I mean, well, but I also can hurt him from here. So
yes. So here's my suggestion. I think we're doing a range and cover. Which is the third last what's it called? Of the subsystems that we haven't hit yet. We've done fight, we've done duel of wits, which we could do. I think there's possibility for any of those as well. But range and cover is like you're on a battlefield, you're doing a skirmish, and there's ranged weapons involved, and you're doing maneuvers, going from place to place. You guys tell me what's going to happen here. So Cantarius says he wants to do like destroy with Sorcerer's Fire. What were the rest of you planning on doing?
I don't think anybody else has a ranged weapon.
Well,
yes, but then we just have them
if Alfons could just teleport me behind him.
Yeah.
Which would be a fight, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously, if you close and range and cover, then a fight starts.
Right, but that was my thought. Right, if he can teleport me there, then there just won't.
Then it's just a fight.
Right?
Okay.
Because even if the others have to cover distance, there won't be any. I mean, at least he won't be shooting at them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless he's just letting me stab him in the back, I guess.
What if we all throw something at him at the same time? And just like
we all just
whip
out
like
beer
that,
bottles, so like get him.
No, just like distract him, like pocket sand. Like
pocket sand.
Yeah, well, I was kind of hoping
it'll be like that scene in Avatar where they all sneak up on Azula and then Sokka throws the boomerang and
sneak attack.
Yeah.
Can't dodge them all, or at least he'll be distracted long enough for the teleport right behind him.
Exactly.
But yeah, we
here's the problem though. I do think like there's going to be a bunch of range stuff that goes off first. Not only does Cantarius have a Sorcerer's Fire, he has a bow, and also there's a sorcerer waiting in the wings who's also going to do magic. We don't have to do a range and cover necessarily, but I definitely do think that there's going to be like range stuff that goes off before Alfons is able to teleport you guys over there. There's also magic stuff going on that like might get in your way and
just. Can he not teleport instantaneously? I guess I'm confused.
He can try.
He has to cast it.
Is that a difficult
spell? I think.
Right, but I mean, is that?
Well, but if he's casting
all magic
a spell,
takes
so
time.
can anyone else? Right? Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he could just do it.
No, I mean
it's sort of varied the speed that he can do it at, but
the way it works is and this is one of the reasons I'm asking is with. Let me find art magic real quick. With his magic stuff, it takes a certain amount of actions. Casting time. A number of actions equal to its obstacle. In a fight, that's a long time. So range and cover is a little bit
to walk across the thing.
Yeah, but you also have the Darkest Hour stuff going on. He's going to have a bunch of penalties for that. And also there's going to be a sorcerer who's directly trying to stop him, is my main point.
Sure. Well, I assume the sorcerer's just also casting the spell, right?
Yeah.
And I mean,
What I'm
he's
saying
going to
is,
have a longer casting
as a
time.
note, Alfons, they don't have Darkest Hour penalties. It's always going to take Alfons longer to do things than they will.
Does the casting time take into account obstacle modifiers? It's just
Equal
casting
to
time
its
of the
obstacle.
I mean, I guess it doesn't say any kind of.
Yeah, I could see it both ways. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it would probably specify if bonus obs didn't increase the time, because I feel like that's a natural assumption. So I think it probably does.
Let's just get it this way. What is everyone doing? Cantarius is doing Sorcerer's Fire. Alphonse is going to try to teleport him and Dellon.
Well, I was going to ask him to. I was like, can you put me behind him?
Yeah.
Okay. Theo, what are you planning on
doing? Do you think there would be any shields just lying around in here?
There's lots of human shields lying around.
Because it said it is a coliseum and there's a bunch of dead people.
Is there a reason you wouldn't have grabbed a shield already? I thought you had a shield.
I was asking both. Like, I probably would have grabbed one because I do know how to use a shield, and I'm
almost positive we've already described you having a shield at this point.
It does say I have one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you have a shield.
Because I'm like, because I could probably withstand a few arrows.
I think we had this
scattered.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation when we were fighting the Shades, and then we figured out that Theo had a shield.
Okay. He might try to like
what are you gonna do?
Jump into the stands and fight his way to the like around the because there's like lower ground where we are right now, and then there's like the Shades, and I don't know if the Shades are gonna they're kind of gonna go away from me or fight me or not. And I'm just gonna try to fight my way. Probably guards or something or cultists or something. And I'm gonna try or I would probably go where Dellon go because we don't have magic necessarily, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to pray, especially the Darkest Hour. But I feel like we would try to fight our way to him, but not on the ground. We're hop up or find another way out or something. Because I don't think this is
the one note there is that you will be fighting Shades all the way around. Though I guess their order of holiness, your order of holiness might make them just cringe away from you. How does that work again?
And I'm probably, I think they just have to make steel tests, but I'm probably going to be, hopefully I'll be getting teleported there. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think maybe I'll go around instead because you teleport him and kind of or stand by Cantarius and try to block it with a shield or something. If anything tries to shoot at him or something.
Yeah, I was thinking it might make sense to have you guys try and protect, have a fighter try and protect the caster, right? Because I'm going to be indisposed if I'm trying to fight him one-on-one in a way that might leave them vulnerable to being actually swarmed by Shades. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
That makes sense. So Thea's going to plan on staying with Cantarius then?
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to, yeah.
All right. I think first thing is, Alphonse, you attempt to teleport and it doesn't work. You can feel that the oppressive darkness around you is quite literally blocking any sort of movement like that. You obviously are gonna. I just thought about this, and I think it's my job to bring the big obstacles, and I think it just is too easy to have Alphonse be able to teleport in this, and they've set up this entire place to have weird magical stuff going on. So I'm just gonna say your teleportation does not work. It feels like you're trying to push through syrup or molasses or something. It is so thick, and the darkness around you is quite literally magically thick in a way that is preventing movement. I think you can do it. Probably you can roll right now and you could do it, but you would actually be slower to teleport across the room than just walking, given how thick this oppressive darkness is. So you try to get that off Alphonse, and you can just you feel right away it's pushing through a wall, and you can't do it. Then we would get the range stuff going off. I guess technically they're charging up their magic. Alphonse, Dellon, what would you do if that didn't work? What's your initial reaction?
Yeah, I guess I just look at Alphonse and I say, just go straight through the middle then.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you jump off into the Coliseum with your swords?
Yeah.
Sweet. So you see you guys jump down. And then I think the first person who gets to act is probably Faustus then, because magic takes a while to do. So he just he just draws his bow, draws it back and shoots. So I think we should do raging cover. Given our situation here. Mainly just I think it would be really cool.
We kind of learn a whole new system that we've never even looked at.
I suppose that's true.
I mean, it obviously uses the same bones, but
yeah, it's just like it feels so perfect for range and cover.
Yeah, we can try it. I get what you're saying. I think that's sort of one of the foibles I have with the game as a system is that like I really like how quick and effective the combat systems are on low impact scenes, but I struggle a lot with those systems that are for high impact scenes, which means that the high impact scenes are either kind of non-climactic because they're very fast, or they kind of struggle because the systems
Here's a question then, actually.
Live up to it.
I didn't have enough time. Once I realized I wanted to do range and cover, I didn't have enough time to really prep anything properly. Now that I know what's going on in this situation, do we want to end the session here? And then for next time, I can literally have everything. I'll do a bunch of prep. I'll set everything up, have all the rounds like figured out, like double check mechanics, make handouts for important mechanics, get stats for everything I need to, and like make sure we're doing it right. And then I'll do the like brain work on my side so that we can just run it fast.
I'm fine with that. I mean, I think if any session needs or deserves some focused time on it, it's the last, not that this would be the last session, but the last fight, I think it's fine. It doesn't bother me any. It's already 10:30 anyways. It's pretty close.
Are we fine with that, guys?
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Then we can kind of give this last sequence because that's what I don't want to do is to rush into it and be like, well, I guess I'll make up a random rule for this. And it, like, there's so many cool magical things that a lot of these characters can do. And a lot of that's happening on a scale that makes range and cover make more sense. I really want to be able to like hit those in cool things. If it just turns into a fight with Faustus, he's dead. So I want like I think we should do like some range and cover stuff. We should have Dellon and Alfons fight some shades. I'll figure out some like cool mechanics for them and like I figured out an actual stat block.
I think this is kind of interesting too because like we've been fighting demons and we're really good at fighting like with swords because of Dellon. But now they're just like, you know what? We're just gonna shoot you from range. And like,
exactly. That would be the smart thing to do, right? He's going to take he's going to take as many shots as he can before you get to him.
Yeah, it's like that's actually pretty smart because we're good brawlers, but we don't really have any ranged weapons. So fighting us with range is like the smart move, and we haven't done that. And so Alfons the final battle is something that we're not good at, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Alfons and Cantarius can both do sorcerer's fire. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Obviously, it's still the smarter thing to do.
Because they should be like really scared of you. So, I mean, because they're like, do not let him get close.
Yeah, right.
Remove all teleportation, shoot him from a distance. We don't want to get close to Dellon.
Yeah, I think that those will help me set up the scene too in like such a way where I can double check all like any other magical effects that are happening. I can set a timeline for like when exactly does the Day of Reckoning arrive. All of that fun stuff that we can get all the cool magical stuff. We can have cool subsystem fights without having to like not being prepared to do it, like me throwing in on you in a last second thing.
Did Cantarius say that he doesn't know where the keys are? Like, I don't see the keys anywhere.
That's up to Cantarius. He does know. Up to him if he said it out loud.
Because I feel like that's concerning, and like, I don't know. I don't know at what point we should, because I could like try to make a prayer or something, be like, hey, where are these keys? Like,
I think he did say something.
We just can't see them, or are like they moved somewhere else. Like this is all just a trap. Like they draw us here, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, they're all somewhere else.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if we kill Faustus, then finding the artifacts, I mean, we got to find them, but that's much less of a concerning thing at that point, right? Like the danger is that Faustus will get all the artifacts. Once Faustus is dead, we just have to go find them. So
couldn't someone else technically use them? I mean,
yeah, I mean, if somebody
the
knew what to
bad guy,
do,
but someone could just. Oh.
but I mean, also, I don't know that anybody else would have the ability to take them from us necessarily. So
Right.
I
This
think
could
once
be
Faustus
deployed
is
to
gone,
get the orb or something, like draw us here, but they put the keys somewhere else, but then they still have to try and get it from Alfons,
turns out we're just in the middle of a giant transmutation circle, and they're all around us. And now the orb is part of it, and we're going to open the gate to hell.
Yeah, right. It's like you just have to be in the area.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
okay.
we don't know how it works, right? But
Yep. Again, I had some ideas. I wrote down some notes, and I was willing to go like roll with the punches if I had to, like just kind of abstract it out. But I think now that we've actually arrived here, and I'm looking at range and cover, looking at what you guys want to actually do, what we're gonna have to go into a fight with David and Jared's character. Like, I think it's gonna be way more satisfying if I can do some more prep work, and write out a couple of documents like about, okay, this is how range and cover, this is what we need to remember for all these different things for range and cover for your character specifically. Here's all the all the notes that I need and handouts and stuff that we can run it efficiently. So let's plan on doing that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and call it there as we see you guys jump into the arena, and Cantarius, we see like you and your staff start to glow right as you do your kind of brain intellectual discipline magic. And then Theo, you're standing there.
You said my brain.
I was gonna say brain magic, and then I changed it.
Okay.
And then Theo, you're standing next to Cantarius, like with your shield and your trident, like I will protect you, basically. You're like staring across the Coliseum at Faustus, who has like the bow and arrow.
Shot you with last time. Yeah. Wait, quick, guys! I need to get a deeds point so I can have white sword for the next session.
Good luck. I don't really know how you get that.
Yeah, I kill Alfons.
Take the orb for yourself.
I become a terrible person on the turn of a dime so that I can. Yeah.
And then I can also decide if there's any other characters here that I want to be in this scene that would be more interesting. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Okay, cool. Let's do it that way. Let's.
In terms of notes for it, yeah, I agree with David. Like, I don't care about fighting shades, especially in this game. Like, one of those shades could literally kill all of us if we all roll bad enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think what I would probably do is, instead of like you worrying about the giant massive shades, we'd probably have like a giant shade or something that you'd fight, right? Like the leader of all the shades, or something like that, right? Like some sort of demon thing, or whatever.
Well, I just mean in principle, like, that idea is cooler.
Yep. All right, let's give out Artha for. Well, you got to Faustus. See, there you go. I told you, as long as you.
I mean, I thought you had but you're making it sound like you had like 12 little mini bosses lined up before we even got here.
No, I just had the one main one. The other sorcerer. By the way, as you like, we see who that is at the last bit here, and it's the leader of the order, Joven, who around their side as well. So you probably see him, Theo, and recognize him from earlier who had captured Achia. He seems like a really powerful sorcerer as well. And yeah, so he's going to join the fight on their side. The only
That's
there's a bunch
father,
of.
Is it?
No, it's not. No.
Well, what's his father's name?
Her father's name is Oberdun. He's just a nobleman in Lucerta. There's a bunch of demon magic stuff that I could throw in here. Yeah, I'll make some notes. I think it'll be fun. Okay, I'll read all these off for Cantarius since he's not here. The world is more than blood and gold. I will use the intellectual system to clear the obstacles of my path, despite the risks. He did, and there were risks, so we can get a persona, I guess. Yeah,
he kept their head in.
He reached Faustus, another persona. He made sure all of his friends stay alive as we get to Faustus. Yeah, he made the hard decision of, I will kill her. I'm taking, making sure this lady is not going to threaten anyone. He did it all himself. Always deciphering auras. I'm going to give him a fate point for that. That was just cool to see him, like, take in the entire room.
Mhm.
The other instincts didn't really come up. Oh, that's funny. He has the trait Iron Will, but it does not actually give him like just straight up bonuses to will. For interrogation and seduction and stuff.
Okay.
I don't think any of his other traits came up in a meaningful way. So there you go. Artha has been assigned. Dellon.
Let's see. Wrong tab. Let's see. Ensure that Alphonse's orb remains in his chest. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really like actively do much, so I don't know that I did anything.
Yeah, that's true. Cantarius kind of took it all on himself. So
yeah, we reached the demon. Sorry. I must reach the demon that has claimed them. Did that.
Did Dellon make a roll this session?
I made a fort roll at the beginning.
That's true.
I think that's it, which is fine. But yeah.
I'm honestly thinking you get a fate for belief too, since you didn't actually like do anything. Like roll.
Sure, but I can't like complete
sacrifice
it later because we're already there. You know
yeah, but like you didn't actually really complete it. So like I'll give you a fate point for kind of doing it.
Sure.
But I'll give you a persona for I will remove any barrier. One of the barriers was fort test, exhaustion, right?
Right. Okay.
You succeed on that.
So good.
And you can take a fate point for your special belief, because you're working on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Let's see. I don't think anything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Dellon will have his chance next time.
Yeah.
Kill some things.
Yep.
Alfons. You're working on ensuring that your son is saved, but I don't know if you. He really didn't work on that at all this time. You did get to Faustus, but again, I'm not sure you did anything towards it. So I'll give you a fate point. And then ensure the artifact is used correctly. You didn't work on that. No, you worked on if I lose the orb, it's game over, man. You were very careful. I'll give you another fate point for being careful about not gaining towards Giolina.
And it's not game over, man.
Not yet. Always find a reason to use my powers. Always try to suppress Dellon. Always do what I can do to protect family and friends. Nothing really came up there. Oh, as a reminder, you have the lucky trait. Call on for any ability. Have you used that yet?
Nope.
Once per adventure. We gotta use that right. Use that well. Cool. Jared, are you feeling okay with me just like blocking out spatial discipline?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, just making sure. I know you have a call on for it, so that it is kind of sad that you weren't able to do anything there. But I just like it's so cheap. Like Alfons can roll so high all the time, and so if I had let him attempt it, he would have figured out a way to do it. And then you just like stab Faustus and it's over. So. Especially with David's gray shade weapon.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So it's been assigned. And then Theo.
I only think my belief 2, maybe. I mean, I said engage Faustus, kind of. I mean, he's firing at me, right? Fate point.
Yeah, I'll give you a fate point. But yeah, this was also a Theo light episode. I mean, it was pretty much just like Cantarius and Alfons doing things. That's okay.
Wait, does a deeds point reroll all your failed dice, or does it change all your failed dice to successes?
So it changes them to successes. All your failed dice become successes.
So it's just an automatic success?
Automatic success if you had enough dice to begin with. You can also use it on the front end to double your exponent. So you could roll more dice.
So if you had enough dice to succeed, why would you ever
you
do
wouldn't
that?
want to you wouldn't want to spend it on the front end then, but if you couldn't get enough dice to succeed, but you could if you spent the D's point, then that's what
Because I was thinking I technically could make one good faith roll if I have enough.
That might be something we need to check on. I think that's the ruling we made. I might ask the Burning World Discord what they like, whether or not they like Deeds points auto succeed all the dice. I think that might be something to get confirmation.
It seems like it's overpowered, but
I mean, it's only on one roll, yeah.
Yeah, but it like limits it. It does limit it in a weird way where like you wouldn't really want to spend a Deeds point any other way because it's so.
I mean,
that's not true. If you have 4,
is so rare, it should be an auto success. You're just like,
no. I agree. I just want to make sure. I'm gonna ask and make sure.
If you've got 4 dice and the difficulty's 8, then that doesn't do you any good, right? So then you'd use the other options.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're using a Deeds point, you're not going to use it on a.
So it does limit it. So it's not. There are exceptions, but it's just like if you have enough dice, then why? If you're already good at it and it's just like difficult. Then yeah, it makes sense that it would be easy to do just by spending a Deeds point, right? So because you're already good at it, but if you're bad at it, it's like, okay, I'm normally bad at this. This is the only chance.
Mainly what I'm wondering is like it might feel cooler if like, for example, and like give you more options to work with basically. If like the Deeds point works like a call on and basically you can reroll your dice, and they can that doesn't
but then it's just a call on, right? Like
that's just a call on. Yeah.
And I mean, the other thing is that the other option for it is to double your dice pool, which in theory is kind of the same, right? Like, I mean, there's more chance to it, but
so it doesn't. That's the thing, though. It doesn't double your dice pool. It doubles your exponent. So it like we talked about this before. Dellon was not able to get 500 dice on that one roll because it would have only doubled your sword, not any of your forks or your help.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I use it as faith and I've got 8 faith, I mean, technically I could do a 16, but also, if I, so it's got to be an auto success because that would be like the double gives you just a better chance. But if you had enough, then yeah, you should be able to succeed. But
yeah, and technically it doesn't even, it's not even technically an auto success, right? It just makes the dice succeed, and you could still fail if you didn't have enough.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you could still fail.
Which, I mean, you wouldn't.
Again, that's how we've ruled it, and I think that's correct. But I think I will check on that just to see what other people think.
I mean, what does the text say?
The text says.
That's always the question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What does the text get it? Sorry.
Basically, it says Deeds point. You spend it to where is this?
It's like if I wanted to do something crazy, technically I could double roll it, spend 3 persona because I'm kind of saving it up for like I still have to spend a Deeds point because I'm hoping to gain a Deeds point.
Oh yeah, no, this is pretty clear. A Deeds point may be spent to reroll all dice that failed to come up successes on any given test.
Oh yeah, so auto reroll. Yeah. So it's like a call on where you don't have to roll them.
You don't have to worry about it failing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool. That's good to know. Let's double check any of this other stuff. I'm gonna give you a fate point for always trust my friends. I thought
so too. Is it still a rule to double your exponent or whatever?
Yep. Yeah. It's just the exponent, not your extra dice. And then last stuff for Artha, we can look at humor. Do we have an in-character humor moment? I feel like we did.
I don't think so.
I think
was it all out of character?
Did some tiddlywink stuff that was funny. I don't know.
I don't think he said something in character that was that funny.
Yeah, maybe not.
Thoughts, Jared?
Demanding to take him was kind of funny, but I don't know how funny it was in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think most of the humor might have been.
Yeah, well, we can't remember then.
Pretty serious, yeah.
Let's see. Right skill, right time.
I mean, you just brutally smash someone's head inside.
Yeah, that was something that happened.
Connor, I'll give you a fate for right skill, right time. This has been Cantarius' main jam.
Thank you.
And then
by jam you mean the brains that he smushed, right?
Can you spend 2 Deeds points at the same time?
Yeah.
Yes, you can on both ends, right? Like you can double your exponent and then make sure they all come up successes with another Deeds.
Well, okay, so when you spend your first Deeds point or something, it gray shades. Well, temporarily?
Yes, why that works is if you have enough fate and persona in the skill already, and as soon as you cross that threshold, no matter what you spend it on,
right,
it
so
activates it.
So I could have technically
you could have spent the deeds first and then built up the fate and persona on the thing, and they would have done the same thing, right? As soon as you spend that last point of Artha, no matter what it is, to reach that threshold.
Well, I'm saying I could have auto succeeded because I could have doubled my exponent with the first deeds point and then spent my second deeds point to just auto success, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then had my sword, both of our swords perfect. And
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying on that last roll.
Yeah, because
no, you didn't have enough dice. That was the trick. You didn't have enough dice. We talked about this. You did not have enough final dice to. Well, I guess I see what you're saying. You if you had spent the deeds point on the front end and on the back end.
Yeah, because I would have, because I basically spent the deeds point because I wanted
the deeds point on something else though. Is the thing.
I spent it just to one shade up.
We must have.
I don't even know if I.
Well, dice. You should have added the dice though too.
Because I thought.
You know, it might have been this one. It might have been the 7-9. You made a faith roll, a challenging faith roll. That was 7 successes.
Maybe that was to save her.
And you must have spent a deeds point to auto succeed that. Yeah, I think that's most.
Yeah, because she was saved. Okay, yeah, amen.
All right, so I don't think we have any. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any embodiment or mold breaker today? Like there's role playing, but I don't know if any of it was significant enough.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Well, that's our session. Sorry
to the GM.
Oh, thanks. I'll give it to Faustus then.
Yeah.
Sorry for the kind of shorter, mostly mechanics session. I think it'll be better for it on the back end when we do the session and I prep everything else. But I thought that little scene with Giolino was fun. And honestly, Cantarius having like dark demon staff again is so cool, and I'm really down with that being a thing we have going into this. And I'll find stats for your staff now, Connor. I'll give you like a cool enchanted staff that does stuff.
Okay, sweet.
We can talk about what that does.
Speaks to him.
Yeah, in this Nightblood.
Like while he's fighting, it's like you really think that's gonna work?
Stop. Look out behind you, Ceran. No one's there.
I got you. But yeah, cool. Next time we come back to Chrome Inquisitors, we will do the final battle. And honestly, I think this next sequence is going to be the sequence all the way through to the end. It'll probably have multiple stages, and we'll eventually probably end up in the demon realm / the god's realm, and maybe we'll involve fighting a god or something at some point. But I think like we're just in a conflict, multiple conflicts for the rest of the game until we finish at this point, and then we'll have epilogue. And before this, I was planning on having Luca and the others at another part of the city. And I think I mentioned that previously that was the case.
Yeah.
But I realized like if I want, because you guys went to Faustus first and want to have the just cut the head of the snake and then deal with our minor problems later. I was like, the only way that's not anticlimactic is if I have everyone be in the same place. So I just decided to do it that way. All right, cool. Well, there you go. That's Chrome Inquisitors. We'll be back next time with episode 76, I believe, and we will ride this to the end. It'll be fun. And real quick, so next week we're not doing anything? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'm playing Twilight Imperium.
Right, that's what it was. And then it's the 21st. Is there Connor and stuff? Was there Christmas stuff that you guys were gonna probably do?
I don't think so. That's before Christmas, so I don't think so. So we might do hit next week then.
Maybe, yeah.
Sure.
I will let you know. There's maybe a possible conflict, but because I was expecting that we weren't going to do it, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
Cool. Then the 28th. Did we talk about that? I think some people said that they could.
I'm expecting that I won't be able to play that day because we're having company on the 27th. I took off for work, and they're still here on the 28th. So I'm
got it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You can still do it.
Okay. Yeah, Dellon's not that important.
Yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is click sword occasionally on my sheet. It's fine. No, I'm kidding.
What about your sick lines?
I mean, all you gotta do is say the most sarcastic thing you can think of. You pretty much got it. Then just be sarcastic.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I mean, I'd still be fine to do some
code.
sort of. Here's an idea. Hey guys. Connor, Jared, Adam. Do you guys want to do a creepy like Christmas New Year's one shot? I had an idea for like a creepy New Year's one shot. Do you guys want to do?
I'm interested. I might be able to do it.
All right. I had an idea. Okay. 28th. We'll put a pin in the 28th and see if we'll do like a cool creepy one shot. I have an idea for it. And then the 4th is, are we in theory? Is that where we're coming back to Crow Inquisitors on January 4th? That's the next Saturday.
I think so. Yeah.
In theory, no conflicts.
Yeah,
all right, cool. All right, well, we'll see you then. Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Adios.